In this presentation, I'll show you what you're supposed to get in your Biology 282 lab kit. You remember that exciting video that told you what you're supposed to get in your Biology 281 lab kit? Now this is an exciting version of what you'll get in the Biology 282 lab kit. First thing is kind of a repeat from the first kit. You're going to get another safety kit. It's a requirement. Every kit they send out has to have a safety kit in it. So you get some safety goggles, you get some nitrile gloves. Again, you get 10 pair of them. There's 5 pair in a package. So you get 10 pair. And then you also get another lab apron. You get another lab apron. Trying to get used to where the camera is. You get a lab apron, 10 pairs of nitrile lab gloves, and a safety goggles. Then also in this lab kit, you get a little kit, an Eldon card kit for typing your blood. To type your blood, to tell whether you have type A blood, type B blood, type AB blood, or type O blood, and whether your blood's Rh positive or Rh negative. There's a video in your lab flow sheet that tells you how to do this. Okay? It's also got some directions with it, but I think watching the video is a real good thing. Then also you get a thing to do your hematocrit. Tell what percentage of your blood is formed elements. And there's also a video that I've got that shows you how to do that. These little things right here are things to poke your finger with, because you're going to have to poke your finger a number of times. And you've also got some alcohol swabs to make sure you do that aseptically. These are hematocrit tubes in the little wrapped up thing. This is a test to see whether your hemoglobin qualifies you to give blood or not. Okay, and what you do is you use this little test tube. You put some copper sulfate in there. That's the solution right here, and then you put a drop of blood, and if your blood drop sinks, then you can give blood, but if it floats, you don't have a high enough hemoglobin content to give the blood. So you'd be doing the hematocrit. When you do the hematocrit, you put the blood in a capillary tube. That's these little things. And there's a thing of wax. Yeah, it's right here. Clay. It's not wax, it's clay. There's a thing of clay right here, and you put the blood in the tube, you stick your finger, then you put the tube down to your finger, the capillary tube. It'll automatically suck the blood up. Then you plug it up with clay and you let it set for a certain amount of time, and the formed elements will sink to the bottom. And then you take this little ruler and you measure which percentage of your blood is formed elements, and that'll give you your hematocrit. Okay, these are to poke your finger. These are to draw the blood up with. These are to sterilize your finger, to disinfect your finger before you stick it. This is to plug up the end of the tube, and this is to measure what percentage. It tells you how to do that in the directions. This is copper sulfate solution. You put it in the tube, you put a drop of blood, and you see whether the drop of blood sinks or not. Okay, so that's your hematocrit test. Okay, the big thing in here is you get your own aneroid sphygmomanometer. That's a blood pressure cup that you can take your blood pressure with. I'm not going to get it out, but it's pretty easy to use. Directions are on the back. so you can take your blood pressure, get your blood type, get your hematocrit. You can do all these values on yourself. Plus, and I've put these up on the Canvas site. We'll be using these guides that Carolina has provided the files for as we do the various labs. First one here is on endocrine physiology. So it's got a very brief, concise things about endocrine physiology, how they work. Here's one on blood and blood vessels. Okay. Here's one on cardiovascular physiology. Here's one on respiratory physiology. One on blood typing. This is a blood typing one with the Eldon card. I also downloaded a video from the internet on that. And then there's an introduction to graphing here, because you look in physiology, you look at a lot of graphs. So I hope this shows you what you'll be getting with your 282 lab kit. You'll be getting those directions, the blood typing kit, all the material to do your hematocrit, your safety kit, and your aneroid sphygmomanometer. Okay, so I hope you have a good time with this stuff, because I do. I like messing around with stuff like this.